Alright, can you hear me now? Bruh. Hello? Alright, I'll just leave it like that for now. Since the audio's not cooperating the way I want it to. Here's the controller.
Oh yeah, Trillo. That doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night.
Oh my god, bro. Did I save this? Give me a second. The controller isn't working. So I'm gonna have to do this the manual way. Oh no. I may or may not have saved. If I didn't save, I'm gonna be in big trouble. Ooh, it's looking like I didn't save. No. Please. Please let me do it. Come on. Please. No way. Ain't no way. I swear, if I have to... I have to restart it. No, and I didn't save. Okay, I might have saved. Let's check the last episode and see if I saved. Please tell me that I saved. Please. I have to check the last couple minutes of stream and hopefully I saved. Please, 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 please. Okay, I think I saved. I think I might have saved. I'm not 100% sure. But my thing's updating, so we'll see. Ooh. That's good. Oh, that's actually important. Audio Bluetooth. Hopefully I could fix this in a bit, since I'm still what's it called, messing with my settings right now. Still installing certain things. Alright. So I'm gonna go back. Library. You know what? Back. Steam menu. Home. Is attorney plate. Alright, please. Hopefully this works out. Because I'm still doing things. 100%. Alright. Putting this here. Connecting that there. And it should work in 3, 2, 1. Up, there we go. Alright, let's mute that. And let's turn on, well, for me, audio. Let's get it. Oh, come on. The controller's still not working. Alright. Gotta restart this whole thing. Yes. Pain. Just pain all around. Alright. We're going to, we're in jail for now. We're gonna be waiting for, the, whole thing to work. Because this is not wanting to do the thing that I want it to do. And that's gonna be a big issue for me. A big issue indeed. Do I have another one? No, I just have the talk to me. Do it. Do it. Do it. What I should have done is, you know you want to. Do it. Do it. Oh man. Okay, this one should be way at the bottom. Because that one's for reactions. Alright, Alright, restart Steam. Yes, confirm. Boom, bop, boom, bop, 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 boom, boom, bop, 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 pow, pow. Alright. Should I just be reading some of my mangas with you guys while we wait for my game to load? Alright. It's I think it's done. I think it's official. If not, then we're not doing this. We're just gonna immediately change to something else. Come on, please allow me to use. Yes. Oh my gosh! So I haven't been more happy to for my controller to work, and oof. All right.
I'll give you that. I was waiting last night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactic at the scene. There is no way I could have mistaken someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
So that means that Money didn't show up until after he saw Max.
That's right, Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him.
How long was it until you came back to where you was waiting?
Well, let's see, I'd say about...
I suppose 5 minutes, I think.
So the victim would have arrived on the scene in 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Alright, give me a sec. Alright, there we go. Alright. Is that the trash? What was that? Give me a second. I just dropped everything. Give me a second. Oh fuck. The headphones keep getting stuck to the chair. That's what happened. Alright, let's move everything back. Oh shoot. So you were only concerned with waiting for Gina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up.
You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I have 4, you know. 4 F-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. How many eyes do you really think something would have slipped by me?
4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed to one area, I suppose.
Yikes. The judge is even more dangerous in our case than Trillo.
But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max at the plaza last night.
So, you saw Max coming out of the big top last night?
Of course, that was where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance in the tent that time.
I guess it makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina.
He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes.
About what time would you say these events took place?
You're the one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure that out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. I'd had 10 more minutes to. And I'm sure you could do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed, what time was it?
What time was it? Let me think for a second. It was 10:10 p.m.
Yes, it sounds about right.
It sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max at the scene. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence.
So, you testified that you said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions.
Oh, my ears are ringing so bad. Sorry.
You You said good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I said good night to someone at night. What, Ben, you got something to add? Let me guess, that's not it, Trillo. You got a good evening at night.
I'm sorry, Trillo.
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better.
There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of this testimony. Trill's evening greeting? Would that be it? I don't know. Is there something wrong with this? Trillo's evening greeting? Would that be it? I'm just gonna say evening greeting. Isn't it a bit strange from you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother even being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange?
Exactly. How would it be strange cordial to one of your coworkers? Well, it would simply just being cordial to a coworker I would understand.
Ow, that hurts.
Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lip starts flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trilla would have said something nice to Max. How do I go about proving that evidence? Bluffing is everything in the world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I could give it a shot.
The witness will resume his testimony.
I'm absolutely sure it was Maximus Galactic at the scene.
Trillo is not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder. A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact.
It wasn't a big deal. I had an argument, a disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting their clunked over the head.
Gah!
That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he?
What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch!
Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is, on that day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There was absolutely no way he would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival.
Gah!
Are you saying this witness is lying? That he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene?
I didn't tell some lie. Honestly, I just...
That is enough for you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
Let's clarify the testimony to the court. Could you explain the theory and what you witnessed actually that night?
he saw a different person. It's my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else that who said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If I had to truly meet Max that night, he would have been no greeting at all. Which means there was only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That's why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or, good evening, as he put it. What in the world are you...
Would the defense kindly explain who the Trillo saw that evening?
Russell Berry. Considering the ill temper of the witness, there's only one person he would greet.
It must be Regina. She's Regina, right? She's so cute.
No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah, I suppose he's got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, wasn't it not? You are correct, it was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster Russell Berry. That is why you greeted him, Trillo, isn't that correct?
Go.
Answer the question, Mr. Quest.
Order! Order! How do you respond to this?
Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
I think it's high time that we clear the air about that question. Mr. Quest obviously witnessed a single person in the evening at that plaza that evening. The problem is identifying who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster, one of Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness was clearly stated that he saw the defendant's three symbols.
Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You gotta remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone. All together now. Whoa!
Yes, we know. The silk hat, coats, and white roses. A silk hat, a cloak, anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? While the witness was endlessly repeated that he saw Max's three symbols, however, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It would have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What?
Mrs. Von Karma! Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
That is the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
Did someone just call me? Yes, I think we finally won the point on this one. Okay. Spam caller again. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that the witness saw one person at the plaza at that night. I applaud you for your efforts, but who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of doubt, the answer to the question with an evidence that clearly establishes one thing. There is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for the crime. Alright, give me a second. What the hell? That is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime.
Very well. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare your next witness. Court is now in recess.
To be continued. After all this time. Save the process, yes. Save it in the one I was just at. Because we do not want to lose that progress.
Sweetie. Do believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene.
So, then, where were you then, when the murder took place?
We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was at the ringmaster's room.
And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room?
Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back.
That's when the ringmaster's headed to the scene of the crime, right?
That's what it would seem.
But the ringmaster must be wearing Max's costume, right?
Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off.
Which means... It means the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking for Max.
And fabulous? That's just fabulous, an impossible possibility.
Well done, Nick.
However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go?
Double, Well, Max, I never thought that you would be a detective or something.
Well, I was never quite sure what it would be when I grew up. Magician or president. I have no idea how hard it was to make such a decision.
That's really cool.
Fabulously. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Now that everyone is back, let's get it started. The court will now be back in session. Mrs. Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? The witness will state his name and occupation for the courtroom. And name and occupation.
Will the witness please inform the court why he was speaking unautobiographical gibberish?
I didn't even get to I'm pretty sure he was gonna do the "Well, in West Philadelphia, born and raised in a playground, I'm gonna play all my games." but I didn't even get to do like even the first part, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, not Mr. Walker.
I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life.
He's getting too depressive. I can't deal with this. Alright.
I'm not used to being in court. I've never been in court in my life.
I've been quite sure that a joke is best suited in this sort of occasion.
What in the world? What in the world are you talking about? You're in the Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club.
I feel like I'm not doing any of the voices correctly right now, and then it's concerning me.
You're in the... old man. Since it is easy for you to see occupation, please state your name for the court.
Oh, yeah, maybe the joke is okay. Moms, do you wear pants? The only sign says no shirts, no shoes, no service.
My eyes just twitching from the cringe.
Okay. How about this one? Have you ever met a proctologist, Mr. Seymour Butts? How was that one?
Your name?
Lawrence Girls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown.
The witness was at the scene of the crime around 10:15 p.m. that day of the murder, correct? Okay, let me take off my hood and my beanie because it's like, I feel so hot. Hot. And I feel like my ears might be getting better. I'm not in total pain. But we'll see in a bit. Alright, putting my headphones back on.
Yes, that was it.
Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening?
A rabbit's a priest and a raffers
Without the humor, please.
Okay.
Aw, poor Mo can't even be his normal stoogey self in court.
I know, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't even made people laugh in 10 years.
No matter what they say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and
Polite applauses. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine a predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even try to come up with jokes just for today. But this is the atmosphere of a very nerve-wracking decision. To try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing?
Aren't we the ones who's supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? I will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of the case. Really? You will hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of the staff will be at your straight man later. Thank you! I can't wait! Poor Gumshoe. Oh no, poor Gumshoe.
Now that that's settled, shall we begin again with the testimony?
Of course we can. Oh, talk as long as you want. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to the room. Oh yeah, that's the voice I went with. I remember now. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them. All of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster in the head.
That's very interesting. If the eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now.
Of course you can. There is no way this account could be criticized.
However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-hitter.
Almost, like he's just some sort of atmosphere.
Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him.
That must be because of my insincere smile.
Mr. Wright, please get the defense cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you gotta find some kind of contradiction in this testimony. I know that.
Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
I'm afraid if you keep pushing this witness too far, I would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not to engage in pointless saber-rattling.
I understand, Your Honor. If you caused the clown to stray from the facts, I hold you responsible. Why am I responsible, not the one who's making the corny jokes? Alright. You'd say that practice wrapped up at 10 p.m., correct?
See, that's the thing.
Huh?
How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? How's 8 o'clock if that's something a clown can riff off of? Let's pretend it was 8 o'clock. Let's just make it a great joke.
Let's not make it 8 p.m., alright, Joe?
What do you mean, let's not? Let's make the clown out of the clown around.
Come on, Nick, let's just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. And 2, I'll get hit by a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped! Let the witness just proceed with the factual testimony. You are so boring.
You have no idea how tired I was. One might say pooped.
You were pooped that night.
Yes, I was very tired, not to mention I had the very bad Mexican food.
What?
The double cheese, double bean quesadilla is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that is say what happens. I don't know what's cool, huh? I hear the kids really love the Twitter humor these days.
That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply.
I've got a reply, though. That joke was so funny, it just earned you a penalty.
I thought I'd just go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window.
You just happened to glance out the window?
You could say that it was just peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeball.
Mr. Curls?
Oh, I guess the synonyms aren't allowed either.
What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further with this issue. Keep pressing. Exactly what did you look out through your window that night?
Why, wait! Clowns don't need reason to look out their windows, do they?
That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday...
Once I had tuckered myself in bed, I heard an amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You forgot? Your Honor, the witness just looked out the window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out the window that night.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention the thump, didn't I? Oh!
That is not what you just forgot to mention. Yeah. What she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony.
Very well, Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony.
This should start turning the tables in our favor.
I hear a huge noise out the window, and that's what's made me look outside.
What does that sound like?
Well, I guess it kind of sounded like a, how would you say?
Mr. Curls, may I remind you the humor is unnecessary?
Oh, how'd you know that I was gonna make a joke? I guess it would sound like I suppose it sound like something getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly.
Something getting hit, huh?
Then what? You went out to look out the window and you saw?
That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though.
Far away, you say? If you had to guess exactly how far away they were.
Let me think about it for a second. If my room was here, and they were about yay big, it would say 30 feet from my window.
Just 30 feet? That is not far at all.
It was snowing that night, and it cuts down on visibility.
I see. Please continue on your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw.
It was the ringmaster that was with Max and wearing his cloak.
You clearly saw this, even though you were by your own admission very far away.
That's right, I've been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke up with Prosecutor Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the Wrigley that I saw that night. Just think about it, how could I be wrong if Max is always wearing the uppity symbols?
Uppity symbols?
Lawyers nowadays do not go about school anymore. Alright everyone, what do we do all together now? Say it with Uncle Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I always really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza!
Enough foolishness. Get back on track.
Will the witness please testify to what he saw and only what he saw?
I kept watching them on the sun, and then Max clunked the ringmaster over the head.
You say you saw the ringmaster get clunked over the head.
Yes, I did. It's a climax of the story.
You really did enjoy the completely random non sequiturs. What did you say that the victim was struck with?
You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right?
That's not what I meant. You said you did see everything, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon.
Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of the murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. This is a bit melodramatic. So, what would you be then, Mr. Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe the witness did not see the crime? Of course I do. I've got a great reason to make my claims. And I suppose you will be telling us the great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness' very own testimony.
And what is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit.
Mm-hmm. You did say that.
However, Mo just stated that the following under oath.
I kept watching the man. Suddenly, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head.
If Mo is to believe when he says he was looking out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he would have seen Max clonk anyone.
Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit. These clowns probably escaped from a maximum security car.
Mr. Carls, you are assigned the C-Team theme with Anchor this court.
No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory.
Great job, Nick! These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup and find the truth.
Well,
you're back from your jog?
well, it was pretty much what I said.
Pretty much.
When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already facing down on the snow. The prosecution helped me fill out with the gaps in the statement.
Von Karma. Tampering with witness again.
So, now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster?
Yes. When I looked at the window, the ringmaster was already checked out.
Checked out?
Yep, it was permanently vacation, as they say.
Mr. Curls!
Your Honor?
You did not witness the actual crime, however you say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well, please testify about the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And even if I catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in holding cell until you learn court etiquette, got it?
Got it. It was a bit far away, but the shadow would have only belonged to Max. There was no doubt about it, especially as I saw the uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, and there were even all there. His face and silhouettes, but there was no doubt that it was him. The cloak was fluttering in the wind, and so I couldn't really see that what he was carrying.
It does seem as the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
I took the clown long enough to get the facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe that.
All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination.
Don't you think that you were going a little overboard when you explicit your being? That shadow belonged to Max, his awfully firm statement, don't you think?
What are you getting at?
I'm saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the life here. Are you truly 100% certain that it was Max?
I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something this serious. The silhouette I saw was Max, I'm convinced of that.
It doesn't seem like he's jumped to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again, then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night?
There was no doubt, especially since I saw his uppity symbols.
Trillo said the same thing, but if you was just symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone else had taken Max's symbols and worn them?
I'd have thought that myself, but I was looking at the shape and the face I saw. It must have been Max.
What makes you so sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. he threw the entire case alongside into a chart.
A silk hat, that black cloak. They are all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak.
Oh, wait. You said they were all Max's uppity symbols.
I suppose so. The silk hat and cloak, right?
Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian's has 3 uppity symbols.
3 symbols?
Yeah, everyone get ready, all together now. Silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
What the?
Who cares? He knew that there was 3 or not. He saw the symbols. He did not forget to mention 1. Isn't that right, Mo? Silence, fool. You respond to the whole truth and not fractions.
Order! Order!
Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you?
To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw.
The crime scene was dark. It was obvious, too dark to see any kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention the roses are white. There's no way he would have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that's the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene.
Mr. Wright, are these white roses really truly material to the fact of the case?
Clearly not. He's just toying with the courts. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts that never fail to lead me in this truth yet. Someone is toying with the court and it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony?
There's no way I would have mistaken someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you make someone in that crazy getup of his and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing a 3-piece outfit?
Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims that there was no white roses on that person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction.
No, what am I supposed to think? What is supposed to disregard the points, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about the other testimony. The witness just stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, this may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecutor's case.
Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature.
I've come to a conclusion that's 99% certain that the defendant saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% doubts is quite reasonable. Which means that, for my peace of mind, I'm gonna request a bit more testimony.
But what?
If there is no contradiction in this next testimony, I am prepared to issue a ruling.
A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance.
There is no doubt in my mind there was no white roses with that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure about that. Especially that silk hat. There was no way I could forget seeing the decorations on that. He was wearing the entire time, and he was on the scene.
Mr. Wright, have you got the last chance of this?
One last chance.
I will not allow even the slightest hint of battering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me that there is a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statements, you better at least shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I've only got one single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I need. Mo, be honest.
Ow!
You promised Phoenix, right? No more badgering. I hope you enjoy this penalty. I'm finished.
Excuse me, I'm the one handing out penalty.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. You're not going to whip me too, are you? Maybe after court, if you're into that kind of thing.
What? Yo!
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. She just said that. Hey. Yo, someone click that.
But that is the kind of pointless if you only whip after court.
Damn. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would you?
Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night.
No questions in your mind?
Exactly. Who would you mistake a thing like that?
I see.
Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright?
Miss Von Karma, where exactly was this silk hat found? You must always speak these questions. It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing the entire time that he was on the scene.
No, that's not true.
Order, Mr. Curls!
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of this? You are old enough to know better to behave like this in court.
Hey, that's not right. That's so harsh.
That's not right. Here is your eyesight and your memory alongside other things.
Oh, why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes on them or something, right? You didn't have to go in and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why do I have to be sitting above me?
Enough of these childish uppers, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have the roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned to a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it?
He left that scene crime with that dumb silk hat. He was still there.
He left the scene? What is the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo?
What'd you want?
You said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What? He went... what you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness now, Your Honor. The witness testimony is full of holes. Miss Von Karma's protest is useless.
Gah.
You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy?
Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, the kind of stupid question, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away.
That's what I expect you to say. You sure that's how what happened?
But, say what?
Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly what you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the small things. Do you have any proof that they countered the story and tell me of the scene of the crime?
Look at the picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow.
Footprints?
In the photo, we clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, Where is the criminal's footprints? They aren't there.
Yada yada.
So Mo, where exactly did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness testimony from the court's record.
I agree.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I agree. This clown's testimony is so rickety as the clown car he came into court with.
Wait a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. It's fine. I'll tell you the truth this time.
You wait a second? You think you've given more than enough for today?
That didn't hurt. I'm sick of tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling that things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Curls,
Yes,
the testimony you provide up to now has been false.
it hasn't been false. I haven't lied.
You've just what?
Just a bit confused on one bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Karma and her whip told me not to talk about that. What I really saw.
Order, order! I will have order! Francisca von Karma, how could you?
Bitch is like, yeah, of course it was me. Your Honor, if I had heard the truth from that witness, would you have exactly had the same opinion as I have?
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
It's no fault of you. I'm gonna listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth of what you saw, Mr. Curls.
I'm not gonna believe this, but no. It's all true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel.
Now is the time for the next segment, Mo Knows. Everything I've said up to now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing a silk hat. That's when I saw it. This is the truth. Get ready for it. He jumped up, flew up in the air. He flew right up and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there was no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was, how do I put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of the crime by flying, there's no way he could actually happen.
You're right!
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why don't you believe me? Especially since I have the best part of the story.
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness testimony, Mr. Wright?
He's telling the truth. What he just said was so strange. I don't think he would have made it up.
Which means that he is telling the truth?
That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means that Max actually used magic? Yikes, you're right. Ouch! Only a foolish-looking fool would have fooled by such a fool's wishes. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist.
I suppose I will let you all in my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I can't wrap my head around how they would have actually happened.
You imbecile.
If you disregard the need for proof, Miss Von Karma, case is sound. However, You've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will be concluding today's proceeding at this point. I am an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe this is enough for today. Court is adjourned. Hey, sweetie. What in the world is going on?
That's what I want to know. They say that the criminal flew off the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking you, but you didn't fly that night, did you?
I know you didn't mean to ask that such fabulously stupid question. I can fly wherever I please. It's not that easy.
But it looks so effortlessly when you're on stage.
It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use an invisible wire. I'll just have them hoist around me in the air.
Wow, you just told me a secret of your magic?
No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule.
I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we have to do is find hope that we could find a flying criminal in the courtroom. Great idea. You've got the best match, this sucker. I feel like it's the trapeze artist that was missing the entire time that the monkey... Or nah. Alright, I'm gonna go for a quick BRB. I'm gonna go get something to drink because like my throat is destroyed. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. I don't know why my dog's barking. The door's open. So, the backyard. The door is clearly open. She went out with her own volition. She went outside. She was inside the house. She was outside, starts barking because she wants to be let inside. But the door is open like halfway, and she's not going in. She's just barking outside. She's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go call her back in. No way this dog is that dumb that she would come back in the house, voluntarily go back outside the house, and then bark again. I'm just gonna close the door. I'm just gonna put her inside and then close the door, and then she's not. Also, I brought a Yoplait yogurt and orange juice so I can make me feel better because I'm still sick. She's back. And not sick, just feeling bad. It's like stomach pain. It's just like, I don't know. There's a bunch of weird shit going on with me. Dog's not looking at me. Because she can't leave this room. Well, she can't leave this room because she's going to keep barking. Nick. What is it? I got a confession to make. It's terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Alright, where are we? Nick, get something. I got the let me see. The Yoplait original French vanilla. That one tastes the best. And I'm be dipping crunchy rollers, organic fluffy brown rice. They're like little rice cakes. And I'm gonna be dipping inside the Yoplait. It gives it more of a consistency. Be honest, I need to get rid of these. These are my source of food. The Yoplait gives it flavor. It tastes like Cheerios. For real, for real. Except if Cheerios were awful. If Cheerios were hard and long and one giant piece. Technically it's 2 giant pieces. Let's just be here for a while I eat. While I have my lunch. Oh, someone texted me. Okay. Yum, 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 yum. Delicioso. I make the second one because I'm an absolute monster. But the yogurt do be good even without this thing. Honestly, I'm only eating this thing with the yogurt because the yogurt makes it taste better. I usually mix it in with smoothies. I make the smoothies with like berries, bananas, milk, ice. What else do I add? Some weird powder. That's good for the immune system. That's technically my sister's, and I'm not supposed to touch it. And what else do I put? Sometimes I put nuts in it. Because it gives it more crunchy feeling. You know? It just tastes like ice. But they're nuts. Like peanuts. What's other nut? Almonds. Cashews. And those kind of nuts. Oh, orange juice inside the smoothie. Yeah, I've been making them weird like that. Alright. And then I'll be dipping those rice cake rollers in them to get more flavor, you know. Because I could drink the smoothie by itself. But like, yeah. You gotta give it some consistency. That was some good yogurt right there. Game. So we're finally going back in. Magic tricks. Yep, magic tricks are by the very definition tricky tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so that you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pros did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looks like she was pulling her end of her own thumb off. First she pulled it right, her right thumb next to her left hand, and then they just separated. She could move it up and down and everything, and it was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? How'd you do that, Nick? You're a real magician. See, this is why I can't just figure out magic. I'm not good with it. Especially hard tricks like flying away in the scene of a murder. You take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. Alright, I have 2 musics playing. There. Oh hell no, I just heard some noise. Either my mom came home. Oh shit, my mom came home. BRB for the 3rd time. Alright. Damn.
Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place?
We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there.
A little while ago, some people from the local TV station came by, and since I'm a famed magician, they asked, let's make you your very own TV special.
Really? What kind of TV special?
Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It'll be aired live.
Hey, that actually sounds like it would be awesome special.
But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real.
Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law.
That's what I've been thinking, but the production staff is really working on that show. If you don't get me out of here quick, I have no choice but to stage a real prison break.
You seem awfully calm about this possibility.
I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's showbiz.
The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, would you?
Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying into the sky is not something I could do at will. I do not care about that stoogie clown, says it wasn't me.
Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying?
You have to forgive me, my sweetie. The difference between you and me, cheap imitation magicians, is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think.
I was thinking about this in the court today. I've got a favor to ask you.
Anything for you, sweetie.
Be friends with my other performers in the circus.
Fabulous, a great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them?
But
I've won on the world stage. I've won an international Grand Prix.
International Grand Prix?
Performers should always look to perform on the world stage, but the performers at this circus is completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That's something I can simply not tolerate.
Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears.
Oh my sweeties want to hear about the Grand Prix, don't you? To be honest though, I've told the story about 100 times already, so it's a bit boring.
I'm sorry to make you tell it again.
You must not have heard me. I am really sick of telling the story. But what can you do? I am Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I could tell it again. Voila. Here, look at this. I just happen to have a picture of the Grand Prix with me. Look at the fabulous stage. The fabulous stage that I flew on flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time I thought to myself that I could die right then and there and I'd be happy. I'll never forget how I felt that night. Emotions, that's a claim.
Wow.
By the way, I did think everyone who is the performer should get to experience that. I wish I could explain with the other people in the circus.
That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya.
My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them.
Learn how to get thrown in jail. Alright. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing.
Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Here, are you ready?
Yes, we.
Quit your whining. I'm gonna give you a shot already. Row, row,
Row your boat.
row, row, row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that.
I'm trying my best, but Trello, it just isn't going to work.
Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then?
Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trillo.
What are you doing here? Can't you see that we're having a secret crash training course?
I'm sorry. Secret Crash training course? Whoa.
Yes, Trello wouldn't give up until I said, well, try it out as a idea for a new routine. So we are trying to sing it in a round of our new ventriloquist act.
In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible.
See, even they are surprised by the idea I told you.
You're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea.
Once we get the grip of the basics, we can just, a matter of practice.
Hey, you think so?
Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you.
Ah, there it is. Now I got this ring back. It's time to take one more shot at Regina.
I know you already testified in court today.
You want to talk about what we saw, right?
Yes.
Well, we saw what we first thought was the old man. Looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's when we said hello and he didn't get a reply. Not to mention he wasn't trapped in those gaudy symbols.
What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols?
What would you think, Ben?
I would have thought it was the ringmaster.
Something just isn't adding up. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina.
I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now.
Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you just check up on the tent?
Huh, you haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart?
Yeah?
Waiting like this is part of being in love.
How so?
If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya, she's so red. She looks like a vine-ripe tomato. So, what is this new routine working out?
Would you two just take a chill pill already? Our routines are secret. We're gonna take the ventriloquist world by storm. It'll be a real revolution.
That sounds incredible.
But let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the world just because that jerk said we should.
That jerk?
Max Galactica, performer should aim for the worlds. Who does he think he is?
Trillo, you seem to really be fired up about this.
He needs to realize that he is the only one who can conquer the world stage.
You're right.
Mark my words, I, Triloquist, will win this Grand Prix.
You're the man now, doll.
Row, row, row your boats will be the key to glorious victory.
Not to rain on your parade, but shouldn't a more mature song be best?
Hey, you've got to start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up, you gotta be a part of this too.
Alright. I really don't want to.
Oh, it's you two.
Yeah, no, I'm not. As soon as my mom came home, I'm not feeling it. All right, I'm just gonna end it here. I'll see you guys after I save this. Obviously, I don't want to have another mishap happen after what happened earlier tonight. All right, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.